the student preparation piece when they come to class, in the anatomy class that I teach, it's a human anatomy class. There's two classes actually, one in the fall, one in the winter with different topics, but there's a course philosophy and design that really carries across both classes. And the unique piece that the students do, we give it a title called the student's external brain. The reason for that title is that a computer has an external hard drive, right? And that way it can do things that it wouldn't have been able to do without that extra memory. And so I use that analogy. And so the students have their external brain. They have their internal brain that hopefully is working all the time, but then they have an external brain that they're creating. And basically it's their own opportunity to document their learning, create knowledge of anatomy through pictures, through words, through stories, through analogies, whatever they need to learn, they create in this document, and we call it their external brain. I think the students call it their EB, because that's the hip way to talk about it in the class, I see. So they're teaching me. So when students are working on their external brain, there's a lot of openness in terms of how they attack that project, because that has to do with them as a learner. Some people are very visual, therefore I would encourage and expect that their external brain has many images in it. Others find that they're really more word-focused and that images don't really get them as far as they need. They need descriptors that are in a narrative. And so I encourage those students to include a lot of words in their external brain. So really I find that each student needs to know what content to put in it, but then they need to do that in whatever way works best for them. And so that's a big cornerstone piece of the whole class. Every single class period, a portion or a chapter of their external brain is due, and that carries them with the content of the day. And so, for example, if we're in the fall talking about musculoskeletal anatomy and we're talking about the upper extremity and the shoulder, then that day before they've come to class, they've put together content related to the shoulder. And I give them outlines about what the content should be. I just try to leave it very open in terms of how they should put together the content. So there's sort of a balance between openness for students to fit themselves into the project, and also direction for me to help them make sure that they're still getting all the information gathered that they want to gather. So a student will come in and they'll have their external brain in front of them, and then at that point we can begin our application or clarification or discussion of the content of the day, and I can ask them questions because they already have many of the answers ready to go. And that way we can give them a chance to find out, did they collect the right information, or have they constructed the knowledge in such a way that the concepts they're building are accurate and making sense. So they have that chance in class to verify what they've put together and feel good about it. And we do that through lots of interactive questions, and we use clickers and other devices to kind of help students engage with that process. But fundamentally, they show up with a lot of information and a lot of content knowledge already in their hands.